Hey everyone, John Henry here, and today in the market psychology video, we're taking a look at gold today. It is inventory day for crude oil, so we'll give the old crude a little bit of a break here while they get the news out of their system and take a look over at the gold market. Now gold, the way that we started out today looked like it might just be a range day. We might have a slight bull trend in our hands, especially after the slightly upward momentum from yesterday. And that upward momentum really didn't carry them that far. They went more into a range into the end of the day. We opened gap down and we formed a nice bull first candle of the day, showing that the buyers may still be interested. Now, buying or selling on the first candle of the day is always very difficult, so you want to wait for a little more info, and we see some weak bullishness show up. The buyers then are seen coming in underneath that second candle's low, so we know that buyers are accumulating this move down, but now they need to start pushing higher, and they need to do it with some decent aggression because we're running out of room. We have the gap fill above us, we have the moving average in the way, there's that wedge that we were just looking at as resistance above us. There's not much room for buyers to make money anymore. So the only traders that are getting in are likely going to be scalpers, and they're not looking for very big targets. Now, we start getting the buyers coming in, but they don't, again, have much room. And when they see that right in their face, after seeing the buyers coming in off the lows, that told us one big thing. Buyers aren't looking to buy at the highs. They're looking to buy at the lows. So at best, the buyers are probably not going to be coming in here. They're probably taking their profit targets up here. So we know that sellers are more likely to be coming in to drive the market farther down, where we may see some buyers at the low of day, etc. And that is actually where they came in. So this gives us a perfect storm for a sell opportunity, knowing that if buyers did take this aggressively, not paying attention to what was going on psychologically, they're going to get scared out of the trade on this bear candle, and that can fuel the stop run back to the downside of that morning range. So a beautiful sell back to the lows of that morning range. We get a bounce off the morning range, not a huge surprise, given the fact that we already know buyers don't want to buy high, they want to buy low, and what better place to buy than the range lows? You can't really ask for a price to get much lower. So we know that buyers are going to come in there, and if you are aggressive, you could buy that, understanding that it's going to be a scalp. You may get a run back to the highs of the range, but then it turns back around again, showing that the sellers are defending. Now, that's not indicative of a range anymore. That's indicative of a potential breakout move that's likely to occur back to the downside. The buyers couldn't even trigger in a move above that bull candle, so we know that even if buyers were waiting, they weren't ever triggered in, so there's no buyers in the market right now. That gives a free fall potential for the sellers to pile drive the market down, and that is exactly what the next candle was. It's a beautiful sell right back down through the range lows to drive the market farther down. Now, we had a very strong bear close on that. There was a decent amount of wick at the bottom, but we can see that that little low, or even this range low back here, we slammed through that low. There was no hesitation there at all to take those buyers' stops out. So that being said, we now have firm proof that not only are the sellers defending, and they've been coming in since the highs, we also know that now they may be looking for a little more than just the range lows. They may be looking for a continued push down, maybe to the prior day's levels, maybe even a little bit further. But we have to wait for the buyers to get trapped in again and let the sellers do their work and continue to trap the buyers in. We get a nice buy bounce right here after a bunch of wick at the lows. Scalpers likely trying to buy that, as well as sellers taking profit. Causes a little bit of a bounce right here. Another nice follow-up sell. Big bear candle, not even a wick at the top. That means that as soon as it opened, they sold it until the very close, and it did the exact same thing on the next candle. Very strong bear momentum to the downside, and that is a gorgeous sell. Now, we follow it up, that big move down. We test that prior low of day, and we find some support there. Not a surprise. There's probably sellers taking profit there. But then the buyers try showing up, and look at the bull candle that they formed, if that's what you want to call it. It's not a very bull candle. It has a very tiny little bull body to it. All of the wick right at the highs. And where did that wick come? Above the doji. We know a doji is nothing more than a range on a faster time frame. So essentially, we still know that sellers are selling the highs. And that gives us more emphasis to become sellers and sell underneath it, knowing that we're probably going to get another breakdown, just like we did on that morning move. If you waited and didn't want to sell that bull candle, that bear one gave you all the emphasis you needed to to continue selling right back down again. Buyers try picking up a bounce again as if they haven't learned their lesson already. Counter trend buying in this strong of a bear trend, probably not the best place to be getting in, and the bears swat them right back down again. Beautiful follow-up sell to finish off that morning session. So just a gorgeous run to the downside from the sellers here on a breakout morning that really followed all of the guidelines you could ask for. Not only did it follow technical analysis, but it followed market psychology to a T. You can't ask for much more than that on this kind of morning. So hopefully you found it useful. Hopefully you learned something, and we'll see you next time.